So our goal for this is to factor, and in this case, factor the GCF. The GCF is the greatest common factor. What can we take out of both of these at the same time without getting decimals? So our goal is to have brackets. This is what cannot be taken out. The GCF goes in front, and it's the reverse of distributive. If we want to check our work, we can multiply both, and we should get the original answer. So we're taking a polynomial, removing the GCF, and rewriting it with the GCF in front, the remainder inside the brackets. So to factor the GCF, I'm going to use the ladder method. What the ladder method is I'm going to create little steps on each level. I'm going to look at these two numbers, and I'm going to say what goes into 56 and 84. Now you might say 2, you might say 7, it doesn't matter what number, as long as they go into both. Use your calculator. If you're not sure, you can do 56 divided by 7, 84 divided by 7. If it works, you shouldn't get any decimals. So let's do 7 first. 56 divided by 7, I have 8x cubed left over. 84 divided by 7, but we're not done there. We want to keep looking at the numbers, 8 and 12. What number goes into both? 2 goes into both. If you can see it, take out 4. The bigger the number you can come up with, the faster this process is. So 8 divided by 2, 12 divided by 4. And the next step is we're done the numbers. Nothing goes into 2 or 3 except for 1. So now we're going to look at the x's. Now I have 3 here, 2 here. I can take a maximum of 2 out. As you can see, I'm creating a ladder. Every time I go down, I'm removing more of the polynomial. So x cubed divided by x squared, I have 1 left. 3x squared divided by x squared, no x's left. So I've got as far as I can. I've removed everything possible. This is my GCF. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in front, but I have to put this back together. And I have to multiply these numbers. 7 times 4 is 28. So the whole GCF comes down here. The leftover goes inside. And I'm done. So take out what you can, keep going until you can't take anything else out, then multiply this together and put it in front of the brackets. So for the next example, I want you to try it on your own, pause the video, and then once you're done, take a look at the answer. So we're going to upside down ladder. 24 and 30, 6 goes into it. And we have 4x squared plus 5x left. Now the numbers, nothing goes into 4 and 5, but I can take out 1x, and only 1 because there's only 1 here. We can't take more than that. So we're done. We can't take anything else out. GCF in front. The leftover goes inside. Okay, take a look at this one, try it out, pause the video, see how you do. Now I put this one in the notes because it's really easy and really hard at the same time. There's no number that goes into this. There are no numbers, no coefficients. But we can take an x out of both. We have 2, subtract 1, we have 1 left. And the problem is we have nothing left. The x divided by x, it disappears. But the key thing is we have an invisible 1 up here. And if we get rid of the x, we have to write the invisible 1. It's now visible. We can't just make it disappear. The minus 1 is still there. So we're done. X minus 1. Okay, same thing. Try this one on your own. Once you get stuck or once you finish, check the answer. Pause the video now. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the GCF. Now, ideally, you can look at bigger numbers. You could take 2. 4 goes into all of these, but 8 is the largest. And the key thing is, this causes us a little bit of problems. So we always want to take out the negative if the first term is negative, like that. So negative 32 divided by negative 8, we get 4x cubed. We keep going, and notice that the sign changes. Positive divided by negative is negative. Negative 88 divided by negative 8 plus 11x. Now we can't go any further. Nothing goes into 4, 6, and 11. We can take out an x. There we go. We've gone as far as we can. GCF in front. Leftover goes inside the brackets. So once again, we don't want to start the brackets with a negative. If there is a negative at the beginning, take it out. But if you take it out, all the signs change. So this one's a little bit different. You'll notice that we have 4 terms. And if we look, nothing goes into all 4. We've got 2 goes into these ones, 3 goes into these ones, but nothing goes into all of them. This one doesn't have an x, so we can't even take an x out of all the terms. So when you have 4 terms, what we can do is cut it into 2 sections. It has to be half and half. And we're going to take the GCF of both sides separately. So the GCF here is 5x, so I'm going to rewrite it. 10 divided by 5 is 2x minus 3. I've got 4x divided by 2, 2x minus 3. So I just divide by the GCF, divide these two by the GCF. The one thing I want to stress is this 2 is positive, so now we have to put the positive sign. We have to separate the 2 groups with a plus or a minus sign. They can't be multiplied. So we took the GCF here. We took the GCF over here. We're going to do it a 3rd time. You'll notice that there's matching binomials. And you know you're on the right track because they have to be the same. If they're different, go back and check your work. So they are the same. So we're going to put the GCF in front. And the leftover parts go in the brackets. Like that. So basically from this one, we're taking out 5x from both and putting it in front. This one, we're taking 2 from both, putting it in front. This level, same thing. Both of them have a 2x minus 3, so we take it out, put it in front. The leftovers go together inside brackets. So try this one on your own. Pause the video, do the same thing that we did on the last example, and when you get stuck or when you're finished, check the answer. So step 1, cut it in 2 pieces, down the middle. GCF on this side. 6 goes into both of them, 6x. And on this side, I have that negative, so I'm going to pull out negative 2. We never want the negative at the beginning of the brackets. Negative 2. So that negative goes with the GCF, and I get 4x minus 3. Now, I always check my binomials, and they're not matching. Something's wrong. So I go back and I check my work. I check the original question, and I realize I wrote the question down wrong. It should be a minus 6 in the question. So in this case, now it's matching. Negative divided by negative is positive. So if you don't have matching, check your work. Something's wrong. Maybe you have the wrong numbers in the middle. Maybe you copied the question down wrong. So next up, I've got matching binomials. GCF goes in front. The leftovers go together. We never have to write this twice. It comes out of both, so we write it once in front, and it's multiplying both pieces instead of writing it this way.